If my integral organism remains with all my material bodies, why can't I see them? I will explain to you with an example. As in the movement of a propeller, it is impossible to distinguish the blades, and it is hardly possible to see the faint disk due to the speed of rotation. In the same way, in an actual instant, you cannot see the materials, events, and circumstances that integrate the total human organism. You only see the body corresponding to that present moment. However, on considerably decreasing the speed, as is occurring in this modified time, you are able to observe your childhood body. Soon you will know the truth of what I'm telling you. The apparent contradiction between your adult body and your childhood body, she clarified, is due to the false image you have of things, due to the bonding of your consciousness with the present. I will give you another simile. As in the making of a movie, the film moves through the camera to take pictures. In the same way, the human organism, as a long strip of celluloid film, passes through the photographic camera of the present moment, which registers forever what happened at each space-time with its act of existence. Only in this great objective reality. We are not talking about photographs, but the real conservation of events. Nothing escapes and everything endures. Therefore, today you contemplate this space time when you were 8 years old. You don't exactly remember, she added, what you did 10 years ago today. Nonetheless, it has not only been registered as a recording, but it remains alive in the prodigious archive of created eternity. If you only look at the picture of yourself and things at that moment, it is because you are still a traveler with your consciousness bound to the present. And just as you show pictures on various occasions, so also do the blessed contemplate whatever picture of their historical past. They relive, but without pain, the eternally real and living events of their history, either earthly or heavenly. Such relived experiences are obtained in other temporal waves, different from the ones already lived. You will better see this when I somewhat describe the sixth dimension. Well, then, she concluded, as far as you are concerned, your body has changed physically and substantively, but only with relation to the actual instant, but not your soul. Your soul changes, but only in as far as it knows, undergoes, and savors the experiences of life. I feel the same, I said, although my body has changed. You feel the same because you have only one soul, spiritual, free, indivisible, and immortal, which has animated you from when you were a single egg cell. Your current body has deteriorated with old age. Your soul has spiritually enriched with age. Your being is the same, although your external physical aspects have completely changed relative to the present moment. You know that no modifications exist from the perspective of the fifth dimension. However, she added, you are moral, and for now However, she added, you are mortal, and for now live under the structure of the faith and with your consciousness forcefully bound to the actual instant. Nevertheless, your soul is vitally united to your total organism. But since your consciousness needs the present moment to collaborate with the Lord and reach heaven, Your spirit, in the meantime, vivifies your bodies through the space times you have lived, although you have not realized it. This is why it is possible today to contemplate yourself as a living child. Why do I not understand created eternity? Because your consciousness still has not had the opportunity to fully live in it. Today you had a glimpse at your childhood body, but your soul knows it well, just as it fundamentally knows your biological functions. And your consciousness already knows something about created eternity, such as the abstractions and fundamental principles of science. Also, the knowledge of the personal I, independent of space time materials, emanates from the essence of your spiritual soul, and when you admire or intensely love, you don't notice the passage of time. It is as though you anticipatorily enjoy the unending peace of the fifth dimension. Why must I live with my consciousness subject to the yoke of the present moment? Because of your status as an earthly traveler, and because you are barely meriting heaven with your faith and works of charity. To comprehend created eternity is to already enjoy heaven. And why can't I even understand the fourth dimension of time? The reason is that you don't need anything more to fight for and obtain the blessedness which is what is fundamentally necessary in this mortal life. The Creator has revealed everything essential to reach the future life in the actual structure of the faith. Deeper explanations are not available because they are unnecessary to achieve the final end. However, our Lord respects the scientific investigatory efforts of His beloved mortal children, and to honor the intelligence that He has bestowed on them, it is possible He permits them to travel through time and somewhat gaze into the fifth dimension. In eternal glory, she continued saying, when the All Powerful wishes us to know a historical event, He doesn't need to orient us nor show it in a movie theater. It is enough that He places us in the space time corresponding to that event. No, we suffer no inconvenience because we are already glorified, nor do we alter the historic event because it forever remains immutable in the fifth dimension. And if they are not pleased with what they see, then we change to another terrestrial episode or so some other place in the infinite universe. To accomplish this, we only need to want it, and we don't need to think much because our God is most disposed to suggest what is best. Marvelous! You observe the history of the cosmos as we watch television, and you can even change channels. What I find disconcerting is to view my own childhood body. It is that you give excessive transcendence to the present moment and you diminish the importance of the past. History doesn't only exist in memory, book, films, and computers, it lives endlessly in created eternity.